ちの歌消えない心の傷メシアを求め続けたあの日の夜
Well, welcome back, everybody. This is your anime Degens BS Hour, episode 67, bro. Hell yeah. I got my man Tyler in the building and myself. Dan still missing. He's not actually not missing this time. He's at the PGA championship. So love that for him. Uh, I'll be looking out for him on TV. So make sure to wink at the camera, Dan, for sure. How you doing
And
this evening?
and before y'all get to thinking Dan's made it big, he's not going to be playing. He's going to be in the crowd. But I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It was my day off today, so we've been chilling. I slept late. Uh, watching playoffs after a while. It's been a fun time watching NBA playoffs, and
Hell yeah.
I'm sure Bass will be watching the PGA golf
I'm
shit
gonna be
going
going
on.
super hard this weekend on
Yeah.
it. All the
So
major tournaments, I shut my life down on the weekends and stay in front of the TV.
who you got? Who you got winning this time?
I'm not so big into watching golf anymore. That's why I mainly just do the majors. Um, I know I'm not picking Rory because Rory is a head case. Um, he's not a closer. Um, Fuck Ricky Fowler, great guy. I just don't like him. He needs to go back to BMX. Um, that's a hot take. That's a golf hot take, by the way, for people that don't know. But I don't have anybody in particular.
I got you. I
Yes, sir.
think was it you or Dan that was talking about what the Scheffler or whatever?
Scotty Scheffler. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Dude's a
yeah,
beast. Dude's a beast.
yeah. I only know like a handful of names. Maybe Tiger will be back in it. I don't know. I know he'll.
He's so old and his body's so broken. I wish he
Yeah,
would just go home, but
he
he's
gotta
a
get that
competitor.
money. So
I don't think he needs the money, man.
he thinks he does, bro.
He just wants to compete. He doesn't know what else to do with his life, probably. I
Well,
wouldn't.
speaking of golf and stuff, sports in particular, we got a couple of news here, and Blue Lock season 2. This is just announced not too long ago. I know we had the Blue Lock Nagi, whatever it was, the movie. It just started coming out, and now we got Blue Lock season 2 coming in October out of nowhere. That's pretty cool for all the sports fans.
Yeah, I'm so down. Blue Lock is really good. I think we did a review on it the first few episodes, and we did a first look back in the spring or summer of last year. So, guys, go search that and then see if you want to check it out. I
Yeah,
think we all did advise you do though, so that'll tell you something.
yeah.
We also have ReZero season 3 coming out in October in the fall. Very exciting, Tyler. I know you've been waiting on this.
Bro, so long. We've been waiting for so long. I think we actually did a showdown throwdown with ReZero too. Did we not?
We did.
So
I actually kept watching it. I think I got to like episode 20, somewhere around there.
okay, so you're not caught up yet, but like you're close. So
Yeah, I'll definitely be caught up by the time October comes around.
you should, because I've been like when this first stopped or whatever. Back after season 2, it was rumored that it wasn't coming back. So this was a big surprise. This makes me really happy that it's actually coming back, because we got left on some crazy shit, and like I was like, what do I do? You know, what happens, bro?
Very fair, yeah.
So, but
Um, I will tell you though, Dan got me hooked on Fairy Tale while he was visiting me last weekend, so I need to get through that first.
all 300 episodes, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
At least it's a good dub, I heard. So
It is. It's solid.
yeah. One thing, speaking of like, well done dubs and just popular shows overall, Demon Slayer Hashira training arc it just started on the May 12th, and I heard a lot of people saying good things about the first episode, which is around like probably an hour long, give or take. Um, Also, My Hero Academia season 7 started as well, and it's listed for 21 episodes too, which is crazy. Like it started this late, and it's still gonna have 21 episodes. Um, we thought it was gonna be like a short season or something since it started like a month late. So
Yeah, they're saying screw the season schedule. They're just gonna do what they do. More
yeah,
power to them. I need to start watching both of these. Might do that after we get done recording this evening, but we'll see. We'll see.
yeah, we gotta look, we gotta see America, mommy. You know.
100%. 100%. But next, guys, we have a Terminator anime series coming out by Production IG on Netflix on August 29th. It will be 8 episodes. If you like me, you love Terminator. I don't know anybody that doesn't like Terminator, actually. Like, who doesn't like Terminator? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it would be so awesome if Arnold was in it. You know what I mean?
That'd be cool. They should let him voice act somebody, even if it's just like an obscure side character or something like that. That'd be super cool.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Sick.
um, Frieren manga actually won a Kodansha 2024 manga award for the shonen category, which is pretty cool. I think I was seeing some charts and stuff, and Frieren is like top 5 selling manga so far this year, I believe, on charts. So that's pretty neat to see. That gives me hope that we're gonna get to see Frieren, continue maybe. So
Oh, we will. They're
yeah,
not gonna leave that cash cow out to dry. There's
I,
absolutely no shot.
I hope so, bro. I
They
hope
can't
so.
put out like the best anime season, arguably the best anime season of 2023, and not just continue that. Wouldn't that be just like a great tragedy, though?
I mean, people they do it though. They do it because they want to sell the manga, and it's obviously working, right?
It
Because
is.
it's winning awards. Like it's selling copies, it's selling volumes. I mean, you know, I don't know. I mean, this definitely looks good for the future of Frieren, so I'm down with it.
Yeah. If we don't get the finished story of Frere, I will get a Frere tattoo. Hold me to that, Tyler. Our last piece of news, Togashi has started working on Hunter x Hunter Chapter 407 again. I know a lot of you guys are jumping for joy. I am. I'm glad to hear our man is in good health and can continue, at least for now. The streets are starving. The streets are starving, and we need to be fed. So, more power to Togashi. Hoping he
Yeah.
stays in good health. Yeah,
Yeah, I know Dan's gonna be super happy about this. I think he reads the manga, right?
he does.
So, um, a lot of people gonna be super happy about that, especially if it like translates to the anime continuing some at some point. So,
We need that.
yeah.
We need that. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's all of our news today. We got like a little different topic today, and it's going to be called Cursed Characters and Tortured Souls. And basically, this is an ideal from one of our listeners, Booty Stank. We're going to let you know about some characters whose life are just straight booty. I personally would prefer my own problems, but let's get into some of theirs. And what we're going to be talking about is, for one thing, why we'd hate to beat them, main characters and popular characters of anime shows, and two, like if there's any actions or decisions that uh, made us not like them as much, and what we would have done instead of. And third, what about their life or anything like that would have to change for us being cool with being them. So it's a little bit of a lot of stuff. So, but I feel like this is going to be a fun discussion. So thanks, Booty Stank. It's a Discord member. So And I just want to say that if you want us to talk about stuff like this, always join the Discord, linktree.com/anime degens, and you have an opportunity to let us know what you want us to talk about too. We always try to do it. So
Yes, yeah. I thought this is a great topic because this is not something we've even thought about discussing before, but I think is kind of good to go over because a lot of main characters, a lot of the side characters have terrible and tragic backstories. Um, so this is a great topic. I'll start, and I'm gonna go with Kid Gohan from Dragon Ball. Um, Mainly gonna focus on Dragon Ball Z here. I'm not gonna go into Super or anything like that because his life got better. Our man's life got way better. um, so some reasons why I would hate him or hate to be him. Um, but imagine not wanting to fight, and it just so happens that your dad, his friends, and by you just by association and bloodline have to protect the earth. But really, in reality, you want to stay inside and read books and get smart, but you gotta throw hands for the lives of the entire fucking earth. So there's nothing you can do. Um, but we'll start at Kid Gohan's toddler age, the ripe old age of 4. He gets kidnapped by his crazy fucking alien uncle, and when his dad goes to get him back to rescue him, your father ends up dying, having to sacrifice himself in front of you. And then because your crazy uncle's friends are coming to Earth, you have to train to fight. And what does your unofficial father slash uncle do? He throws you in the fucking wilderness for 6 months to fend for yourself. That's crazy. That's crazy.
it
At
kind of
4
reminds me of
years
like
old.
it kind of reminds me of like Luffy, right? He gets Garp does him the same way, halfway, right?
But at least he has friends. He's
Yeah.
out there with Ace and Sabo. Fucking Gohan's got rock pets and squirrels to hang out with. This shit is tragic, bro.
R.I.P.
I mean, he's 4 years old. Give him a break, Piccolo. Jesus Christ.
That's wild.
Um, and then on top of that, that's not the only time he has to watch his dad die. I think it's 3, 4, maybe 5 times he has to watch his father die right in front of him. I'm not even counting anymore. But it's gotten out of hand, and we all know that. And on top of that, Goku, I don't think anybody considers him, for the most part, to be a good father. Um, you could argue otherwise. Maybe Goku has different priorities in life, but we can all agree that the sensu bean scene with Cell is crazy no matter what. So, not a great life. You're still under 10 years old, and your father gives like the person trying to destroy Earth a full advantage over you. For what, bro? For what?
You know, that makes me realize how many shonen protagonists like that, like out of all of them that have kids, how many are actually good parents, right?
Hmm.
There's not very many of them.
No, no. And Goku is like the poster boy for being a shit dad.
I mean, he's just trying to teach him how to fight, bro. Like it makes me think like he wants him to be at a disadvantage, right? That way he can maybe get stronger. Maybe that's how we should look at it.
Yeah. I mean, that's
So,
definitely what he was doing, but maybe not with everybody's life on the line.
but we're saying we're talking about like we wouldn't want to be in his shoes.
No, no,
I wouldn't
no.
want to be in his
I would
shoes.
never talk to my
So
father again if he did some shit like that. Never, never. You just set me up to get my ass beat.
like if we're just talking about like what you said in the first bit, like he just wants to sit in his room, read books, and chill. But it says he's got to go do all this or whatever. I was thinking like he just like me for real, just want to sit here, read books, and chill. I don't want to have to go nowhere. So
Right. And he's especially not trying to fight. Dude wants to be a scholar, a
Yeah.
professor of the arts. So, yeah. I mean, that's just a tragic childhood right there that I just explained. But next, I'll get into some of the actions that I don't like or that I would change. Um, and it was hard finding things because he has to fight to keep people on Earth alive, to protect his family, his friends, and all the innocent bystanders on Earth. Um, but some things I would probably do is probably call out Goku for being a piece of shit. Like, get a job, bro. Like, I know you've been saving Earth and shit, but get a job, which he doesn't do until Gohan's a grown man. And I would also ask him to be better to my mom. Um, I don't know if it was truly a gag, but he didn't know anything about like kissing, and he had 2 kids. Very romantic guy. This Goku guy is.
Hey, he just wanted to get the job done. He wanted to produce heirs. That way he wouldn't be having to fight, to save the earth all his life.
It's fucking crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. But look, man, that shit wouldn't fly around me. You gotta you gotta do something around the house, man. You gotta do something. He's just lucky that Chi Chi has a great father, who already's got some money, so they don't starve to death. And something else I'd probably change is I'd probably still train, considering he's stronger than almost all the Z fighters and has the greatest potential of anybody in the show. Because what always happens, and we know this, he doesn't train. He goes back to studying after the big bad's gone, and then somebody else comes up and he's not ready to fight, so he has to drop everything he's doing, get stronger, go on some crazy training journey with Piccolo or some Kai somewhere. But bro, just stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Just work out every day, for like an hour.
Hey,
It's that simple, bro.
do you think that's all that he would need in order to fight like these stronger people that come and visit him?
It wouldn't be enough, but he wouldn't be starting from zero every time.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like if at least he was like lifting weights or like, training with Piccolo, once a week, you're just keeping his battle sense sharp. It would make sense. And also coming up with smarter ways to defeat enemies because you're supposed to be this fucking brainiac. But I've yet to see you pull any big brain moves in fights. How's that work?
Yeah. Like so one thing I think that he should have done, right? If he's so smart, which I don't know a whole lot about Dragon Ball right now cuz I'm only in Dragon Ball. Um but I know Bulma has created the what do they call it? The storage things, you know what I mean?
The capsules?
Yeah, the capsules.
Hmm.
So, what if he took that ideal and made a Pokeball?
What would he do with that?
He would
Uh-oh.
freaking capture them, bro. Seal them. He would defeat the enemy smarter.
Put him in a capsule? That shit would be
Get a
hilarious.
create a master ball. You know what I mean? Like
Auntie
why
Bulma is gotta come clutch.
why like that's not impossible, right? Like Bulma's already like laid the groundwork for you. Like if you're supposed to be so smart, just create a master ball, bro.
I don't know. I don't know. And I'd probably be working with Bulma if I was that smart. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Like, yeah, become like apprentice Bulma. Get that sciencey shit in there, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't like the sciences. Maybe he's more of an art and history guy. Who knows?
Maybe.
Um,
I thought you was gonna say that you wanted to keep training that way you could beat his dad's ass. I
if
thought
he
that's
tr-
what you was gonna do.
if he wanted to, he could. He definitely could. um, but lastly, I wouldn't be playing with my food. You know, when the enemies come, they always seem to take the enemy on one by one. Start jumping people, bro. Fuck your saying pride. Start jumping folks. You got like 8 Z fighters. I mean, just jump. Jump Jutsu guys, and they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they know what's up.
Right. Needs to watch more anime. But yeah, that's some of the things I would definitely change if I was him. Um, but some things that would have to change about his life for me to be cool with being him. That's pretty easy. Um, get the fuck away from Goku. Because the whole universe seems like steady trying to fight him. So maybe just stay away from Pops. You know what I'm saying? Move to Siberia or Alaska and get the fuck out of there.
I like that.
That would be the first thing I would do. Um, I would also change the fact that there are like alien warrior races. Yeah, none of that. I'm okay with fighting in the world tournaments. Like that's all in good fun. No one's gonna die most of the time. Um, and then also getting kidnapped and then forced to train in the wilderness. That can't happen. There's no way. There's no fucking way I would ever.
But I mean, how would you stop that? How would you stop yourself from getting kidnapped though?
Well, that's just in general. It's something I would have like,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
something
okay.
something I would just like change. Like I couldn't deal with it. You get kidnapped, beat up, and kidnapped by a grown man who is a warrior. Nah, bro. I couldn't live through that. And then lastly, I'd have to get at Auntie Bulma because Bulma's like the waifu of waifus. We fuck with Bulma over this side. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it for Kid Goku. His sorry ass.
I like that. I for not knowing a whole lot about Gohan, because obviously I haven't made it far enough to get to Gohan yet. Because
Hmm.
where I'm at, Goku is still a wee young fellow. So it's interesting to learn hear about all this stuff that's going on. So we go Gohan.
Yeah. And just so you know, Dragon Ball is my favorite part of Dragon Ball. Like the
Oh,
OG.
really?
It's I enjoy it the most. I usually rewatch it every few years.
Is it because it's funny? Because I think it's funny.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
From the get-go, it's hilarious.
Just watching Goku trying to do Goku shit when you got Bulma running around and Chi Chi running around and you
Yeah.
got Master Roshi doing Master Roshi shit. Like it's just so good, bro.
Yeah. And it's like way more lighthearted than the rest of the show. And I
Yeah.
think it has like I think it just has a better story than the rest of the show.
Alrighty. Well, I mean that's a pretty solid one. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna agree with what you said. So
True. Hopefully I didn't let down Booty Stank with the first one.
I don't know if he's watched Dragon Ball or not. So
Oh, damn. Well, I would
I,
hope so.
I don't know. I haven't really talked to him about like all that. I know he's a big One Piece fan, so um but my first one is gonna be Subaru from ReZero. Um and I know Bass has watched a little bit of that. We just talked about ReZero getting a new season. And some of the reasons why I would hate to be him is the dude just like got scooped up while going home from like your local Minute Mart, Bucky's, whatever the hell you got out near you. And he was just forced into a whole nother world out of the blue, randomly. Uh, it's like, oh, here you go. You're in this new world now. Um, you got your cell phone and a bag of groceries, and that's it.
And everybody's dangerous.
Yeah, and this is a fantasy world, and like nothing about it. That's kind of messed up, honestly. That's
For sure.
one that's
Yeah.
one reason why I would hate to be him. Uh, continually having to face like life threatening scenarios. That's all he does is like most of the time he dies in these situations. Most of the times they're painful situations, painful deaths, and there's like it doesn't seem like there's any way to really get out of it. It seems like the world and his powers are kind of pushing him to these situations. So, and if he doesn't do the correct thing, he just ends up dying regardless in some
Yeah.
kind of brutal way.
Yeah,
Um,
like you said, very brutal. I mean, stabbed in the gut, all
yeah,
kinds of nasty shit, blunt force trauma. Yeah. And every few days, it seems like.
Yeah. And for y'all that don't really know who Subaru is, Subaru when he gets, you know, transported to this new world, he actually gains a new power. And I think it's called I think the official name is like return to life or something like that. And basically every time he dies, he goes back to a previous checkpoint in his life and he has to start over from there and relive that part of his life until he doesn't die, basically, until he reaches the next checkpoint, which is interesting. Um, so you know what we're talking about now. He can literally die over and over and over. But he still feels the pain. Like it still hurts. Um, I mean, just from dying that many times and just from like suffering all them deaths, imagine the amount of trauma he has.
Right. That's
So
too much. Yeah, you just get used to the embrace of death.
yeah, I mean,
Ugh.
imagine your mental state after like the first couple times. Because I mean, he literally don't know anything about anything. He don't know when his power is gonna stop. He don't know what his power is. He don't know anything. Um, so imagine all the unknowns about what he's going through now, you know. So it's just very not good. Also, seeing his friends, the friends that he made in this new world, he has to see a lot of them die over and over again. And he has to be responsible for like making the correct decision to save them. Sometimes, if he makes the wrong decision, he literally loses people, and it's either he has to hope that there wasn't a checkpoint there and kill himself or something, or find a way to die and reset. I mean, you just never know because he don't know what the checkpoints are. So,
Right. Yeah. I
um,
mean, I would it would be hard to like just watch that over and over and over and like being responsible for like everybody's life and
yeah,
like all these dangerous situations because it's not just you. You're getting put in you're forced into these terrible situations. And it's like, okay, if I don't make the right decision, not only do I die, but they die. And you have to do
yeah.
it again and again and again until you get it right.
And the thing is like he may come back this time, but they don't get to come back unless like he
He
fails the
goes back.
checkpoint.
Yeah.
So, which he doesn't know where the checkpoint is though. So like this person could die and there could be a checkpoint right there somewhere, and like literally he can't go back to the other checkpoint because that's his checkpoint, and that event has already happened. The checkpoint happened, so that means they're dead forever. So like it's just wild having to worry about that.
I'd be stressed as fuck.
Yeah, I don't know how I would live. So, um, and the last thing, like one of the there's like a lot of reasons why I would hate to be him, but these are the main reasons. And uh this last reason is like being lonely as hell. Even though you got friends, you're still lonely as hell because like you can't really like tell anybody what's really going on. Like it's like you're living in your own world at this point. Even though you got all these other people around you, you're still living in your own world because no one knows what you're going through. So,
Yeah. I mean, the other people are literally like NPCs in a video
yeah,
game. Yeah.
even though they're not, I mean, they are in his way. So, like, he's having to dictate everything. So, but, so I mean, that's pretty brutal. His life is honestly pretty brutal. I think he went from being like an otaku. I think he was I think it showed that he was an otaku type guy. He was just chilling. I don't even know how old he was. I think he was an adult. But going from the local gas station or convenience store to this world and having to suffer like that, I don't think anybody in their right mind would want to be in his shoes.
No. No, you have to go back to like this medieval magic world.
Yeah.
Too much.
uh, some of the things that I didn't like and that I would try to change. Um, I think the main thing that happens that I don't like is that he tries to fix everything by himself, which I get it. I get that you like when you're in that situation, you can't you're gonna have a hard time like confiding in people. Because they're probably not going to believe you, maybe, about dying and stuff. And there's really no way to prove it. Because each time he comes back alive, like shit's different. Like the stuff don't keep happening the same way, obviously, or he would never get past the checkpoint. Um, but I mean, like, I think he should pick someone to trust and try to, um, explain what he's got going on. That way he can have someone that helps him
Right.
with his issues, and that way he can just have someone to talk to. So,
Yeah.
um,
I mean, because he is very alone in what he's going through. It's not in like most like isekai where he's like super powerful, or there's people he can confide in any way. He can care about these people, but he knows like they'll just never understand what he's going through. And like you said, they don't believe him, which would hurt even more. Because it's like, no, this is actually what's happening. I keep getting rewound every time I die. And you keep dying too, but like they just don't see it coming and like they'll never believe you.
yeah, and I mean, if you could actually convince someone that that's happening and you can make it past that checkpoint, um, like then they would believe you for the rest of the time, right? Like you wouldn't have to keep on redoing it. So, um, another thing is like this would get like super I would be super pissed off all the time.
Really?
Cause like imagine like just like playing video games, right? Like you get stuck on a hard level and you keep on dying to the same bullshit because you can't get past it. Imagine that was your life. Like I just can't imagine that. I can't like I would just be pissed off. And it's like
Yeah.
you can't do nothing about it. You're just gonna die if you refuse to like do it. So
Yeah,
um
and if you do like flat out refuse to do it, your friends are gonna die and they're gonna be dead forever.
yeah, it's either you literally lose all the people that you've come to care about, or you die, or both. So,
You literally can't quit. There's
yeah,
no way out.
yeah. Um, I mean, that's there's not a whole lot like I can change like willingly. Um, like the whole the whole situation with the powers, like kind of forcing him to go down a path. That's just stupid. In order for like me to want to be him like that, I feel like that needs to be more relaxed. I feel like that you have to have some sort of like push or pull in your own like life, right? In this new world. You can't just be forced down a straight path where if you stray from it at all, you just die or whatever. So
Yeah, like he has very little free will.
yeah. Which I think is wild. Especially when you start like putting the witches and shit in it, that come later on. Like I'm sure there's ways like to get around like it being that strict. Um Also the first thing that I would change is I wouldn't be transported into this new world
Just
with
off
all
rip.
these issues.
We're just not doing that.
That's just like the first thing.
Otaku forever.
Yeah. Like why one thing I want to mention is like why couldn't he get transported into a more chill world? Like all these other like isekais, they get transported into like like a calm world. They have like literally stupid powers or no powers and just like campfire cooking in another world. Imagine Subaru getting transported to campfire cooking in another world with some kind of bullshit powers like he had. That would be awesome. But instead, he has to get a return to life, restart from 0 power, and has to walk a straight line. Like, that's just wild to me. Everybody's trying to kill him, everybody's trying to manipulate him. Um, that would have to change. Like,
Yeah.
it
I
needs to be
think
more
the
chill.
I think the like worst part is like he has like such a shitty power, or it's broken depending on how you look at it. But everybody else has like combat powers.
Yeah, he has
Everybody else is
nothing.
has everybody else is like super skilled or like has magic or of some kind, and he's just still himself but can die over and over. Fucking brutal.
This man, he can't even do 10 push-ups.
Nope.
He got transported just the way he was. Like, I mean, it's
Bro
just
even had his grocery bag.
yeah. Like, I just don't. It's not even fair. It's not fair. Um, but another thing, like my ultimate thing, like just don't just don't do what they want you to do, right? Maybe instead of trying to like help Amelia and all these other people, just go and do your own thing. Forget about them. Just go live your own life and don't die. You know?
True. Just start like a normal
Yeah.
life.
Let them do what they gonna do. Like, uh, I mean, I'm sure you'll be fine for the most part. I mean, hopefully you don't die for not going that route. I don't know how it works, but I mean, there would there would have to be like an insane amount of changes that it wouldn't even be ReZero anymore in order for me to be Subaru. That's how bad his life is.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree. He's one of the last characters I would want to be, other than the two on my list. Um,
yeah,
he's got it bad. He really does.
yeah. So like, other than him not being able to die, even though he dies, like, but not really knowing when that power runs out, like it's all a mystery, and I wouldn't want to do it. So
No, not at all. Is that all you have?
yeah.
Okay. So next I'm gonna do Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. And oh boy, this is what a brutal life. So we start off and his dad is like sick and already dead at the beginning of the story. Um, and he died when he was, a little younger. But as he's growing into a man, he's working every day, doing the right thing, great village man, pillar of the community type kid. Um, Goes out for work one day, stays halfway up the mountain that he lives on at night, and comes back to his whole family slaughtered brutally. And now he has to fight off his sister who's trying to kill him because she's got turned into a damn demon.
Tragic.
I'd be devastated. I mean, and he was devastated and crying. Um, Nezuko is got fangs now and is super strong and is genuinely whooping his ass.
Most people in that situation, like, they would literally just die.
Yeah.
They would just
It,
wouldn't fight, and they would just die.
yeah. If Tanjiro wasn't built different, like, yeah, he'd be dead. I don't know what I would do. Like, your whole loving family, all your little brothers and sisters except for one. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Would be
Um,
rough.
yes. Um, Next, maybe to help his sister, like, and having to like train and become like a demon slayer, and having to fight a bunch of powerful demons. When it was something he was never interested in, but this is really the only way he can save his sister. And then having the fact in the back of your mind that if my sister like bites or hurts somebody, I have to kill my sister. I love my sister. I could never this is just not a life I could live. It'd be too much on my heart knowing what happened to my family, and then I can't even talk to my sister. Um, and then also the fact that I have to put my sister in a box while the sun's up all day. Um, and then I have to put her in danger all the time in the name of actually trying to save her in the end. Um, and my sister can't talk anymore. I can't communicate with her really. She can understand me, but I can't understand anything she says. That would be just too heartbreaking. I have a tender heart, and that's too much for me. So that's those are the main reasons why I would hate to be him. Um, Outside of the fact that he's always fighting with broken bones and shit.
Yeah.
Some actions that I would change or things I don't like that he did. For as brave as Tanjiro is, like he's steady getting clapped by these demons he's fighting. He gets his ass beat all the time, every season. Um, Even the fights that he wins, like he's always just like bruised and battered and broken afterwards. So I'd probably take less fights that I know I can't win. Um, Especially knowing pretty much if I die, my sister dies too. Too much.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that like he chooses to being a newer like demon slayer or whatever, like he
Hmm.
is. It's crazy that he tries to take on just almost any demon that he sees. Um Considering like what you just said, like if he dies, his sister's gonna die too. Like you're not just fighting for yourself, you're fighting for you and your sister at that point. Like I just don't know if I would be doing the same thing, especially if I wasn't strong or experienced, like you gotta use common sense sometimes.
Yeah, I'd probably try to take it slower, but he really can't because like he doesn't know how long his sister can be a demon and still get changed back. And
Yeah.
he doesn't even like she can't. There's no way right now to change her back from being a demon. So I would feel very hopeless in that way. Um, I'd probably try to figure out ways to put my sister in less danger. Even though Nezuko is really strong and like she's willing to fight by his side, I'd probably try to keep us out of dangerous situations in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's still my little sister. Like, I still want to like protect her. Um, and both of these are pretty nitpicky, just because like Tanjiro is like such a great guy. He always feel like he always does the right thing and does what he has to do. But that's the tragedy of it, and that's why I wouldn't want to be him. Like he has no choice. He has to become a demon slayer. He has to befriend these people and live this life so he can help his sister. And he's doing all this in the name of, I mean, obviously saving people that are been affected by demons, but also the main goal is save sister. Got to get sister back to being a human.
Yeah, when he was at the meeting or whatever for the first time, right? When the Dega took him to the um whatever place when all of them met together,
Hmm.
how would you have handled uh your box getting like stabbed and and her getting thrown out and shit like she got done um like Tanjiro did? Would you have been able to keep your cool?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I would have started swinging and probably would have gotten killed that day
Yeah.
because that was fucked
I
up what they were doing.
I probably would like it. It didn't make no sense. Like, why? Why would like I get like you're trying to make her be aggressive, right?
Hmm.
But like you're going a little bit too far, right?
Right. Like she hasn't aggressed anybody up to this point. Like, why can't we just be chill about this situation?
Yeah, I mean it's like you're trying to see if a dog will bite, but the dog has never like bitten, acting like he's gonna bite anybody or bitten anybody. But you're literally hitting and kicking it and forcing it to bite or forcing it to try to bite, right? Like it's
Hmm.
just that's just not that's just crazy logic, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That is
So
it's and like stabbing the box is insane.
yeah, I don't
Like she
know.
can't do anything to you in there. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
that was a tragic scene. Like I would have hated to be Tanjiro at that moment. That's one of the like other than him coming home and having to see all that and fighting his sister and having to put her in the box or whatever initially, like that's probably the biggest I guess thing that I would hate to do. I would hate to sit there and watch that happening, knowing that if I took action, we was just gonna die anyways.
Yeah. You got to sit there and just take their abuse.
Yeah, it's
And
wild.
then like, yeah, these are like this is the group you're trying to become a part of so you can save her. So you got to go through this absolute bullshit moment, which I'm sure would be very traumatizing for any normal person, but Tanjiro's just got a heart of gold
He
and a
does.
back as strong as an ox. Yeah, man. But what I would have to change about his life, for me to be cool with even being him in the first place. Um, so I think I took a little bit more liberties than you did with this section because I'm changing the whole plot because fuck this, you know. But outside of the whole obvious slaughtering of the family, let's at least let my sister be able to talk to me. If not, be human so we can like actually be together and I can have somebody to confide in about this terrible, terrible tragedy I've been through, that we've been through. Um, that would be great. That would be absolutely fantastic. Would love that. Next, I'd probably find some friends that aren't Zenetsu. Cause good God, brother, like chill out, bro. Why are you lusting after my demon sister? Like, bro, she can't even talk. You don't even know if you really like her, dog. Like, relax.
What about what's his name?
Um, can't think of his name right now. He cool. He cool. I fuck with him.
So you okay with being friends with him, but not Zenetsu?
Yeah, Zenetsu can fuck off. He's a creep.
And Asuke. There it is.
Yeah, Inosuke. Yeah, he's cool. I fuck with him.
Okay,
He's
okay.
got good energy. You need a crazy friend. Especially when you're going through some shit like this. You need somebody that's just on go all the time.
So while you changing all this stuff, would you be okay with him still wearing the head around you?
I'd have to get used to that.
You wouldn't change it?
I'd
You'd
have
just
to
be
get
like,
used to that.
okay. You gonna you
If that's what makes you feel better about your pretty boy face, like, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever you need, dog.
I
But I
like
know you're
that.
gonna be there when I need somebody to have my back. Zenetsu runs most of the time,
Yeah. Until he falls asleep or whatever. So
which is insane. But
yeah.
I actually love that gag. Um, so if I'm gonna be a demon slayer and I have to be a demon slayer, maybe not having terrible luck with missions, because it always seems like he goes into a situation that's supposed to be on his pay grade, and it ends up being like a fucking lower moon or something out of nowhere, um, or an upper six moon. Looking at you, Swordsmith Village. Um, my boy was supposed to be on vacation, so and that shit happened. So there that is. Um, Next, not getting these punk ass swords, because for the most of the story, we thought just he was breaking his swords because he wasn't skilled. And in the end, it was he was getting shitty swords delivered to him.
It's wild.
Yeah. And
It's
those
really
those
wild.
put him in like life threatening situations because his sword broke multiple times. And then you
Yeah.
get your ass beat for breaking the shitty sword. Give me a break.
Yeah, like if you're gonna put Tanjiro through like some of the hardest scenarios, then at least give him a damn like swordsmith that can actually create him a decent sword that can hold up, right? You don't see
Exactly.
like anybody else's swords breaking. Like you guys Zanet's freaking Inosuke over here mm, hitting rocks and shit that like you know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Yeah, and you just giving me this brittle piece of shit steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough luck. And then lastly, not having to fight with 4 broken ribs, a brain contusion, and 3 broken legs. Um, our boy is in constant pain and in extreme levels of pain. Even like the fire breathing, I forget what it's called. It has a long ass name. Um, Even that hurts him if he uses it for too long. So I feel like this man's in constant pain, and I'm not down with that. I'm just not gonna go for it. Yeah, those are like the 4 or 5 things I'd have to change before I'd be like, okay, like I can be Tanjiro. Everything's okay about it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and what's crazy is like to add on to that is most of these situations that he goes into, like unexpected or whatever, or he goes with people that's supposedly stronger than him,
Hmm.
but he always ends up having to fight the strong guys. And it's like it's always flip flops around. Like, oh hey, by the way, you fight this dude that I'm supposed to be fighting, and I'll take care of these people. You know, I'm like,
And then
what?
he ends up getting his ass whooped and having to get saved by somebody that's even stronger.
Yeah. So
Tough life, man. That's a tough life.
like I would be changing something like that too. Like, don't put me on none of these dumbass missions unless I got somebody that's way stronger than me that's actually gonna do something to help me.
Right. Looking at you done up, boy. Sorry, I take that back. That was fucked up.
Damn. He did try to help though,
Nah, he
but
did his thing. He did his thing.
yeah, he did better than most of them. So
Very true. But yeah, that's all I got for Tanjiro. That poor soul, that poor and tortured soul there. Um, could never.
well, yeah. I guess I'll get on to my next one, and this is from Konosuba. And I know Bass hasn't watched Konosuba, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so this is Kazuma and Kazuma Sato. And first things first, this is like he gets reincarnated into this new fantasy world where he has to kill the demon king in order to I guess be successful and have a comfortable life after that or whatever. I don't know. I forget what is promised to him if he does it. That's his goal though. He goes there with the goal of killing the demon king. Um but first things first, this is a hilarious anime,
Okay.
and he died in real life because he tried to save someone from being hit by a tractor.
Well, that's what you get for trying to take care of other people.
But he didn't get run over by the tractor because it was going so slow that it stopped before it hit them. He died from shock. And
No.
like he didn't even have to save this girl. Like he run out and pushed this girl out the way to avoid being hit by this tractor. And he didn't even have to because it was going so slow that it was stopping. And like he died from the shock of
Almost
thinking he
dying.
was gonna be hit.
Oh, come on.
And so that was the first moment that we got introduced to him and his story. And he gets sent to this like um, middle place or whatever, a purgatory. I don't know what you call that. Where he's talking to a goddess, and she's giving him choices or whatever. Like, you can either go to this world and be and try to defeat the demon king, blah blah blah, and you get to choose one thing that you want to take with you, anything you want, or you can go do the second option. I forget what it was, but he's like a nerd. So like he was coming home from like buying a game, like the whole time he was in this little section or whatever. He's like, I'm getting reincarnated. It's gonna be so cool. I'm gonna be the protagonist. Blah blah blah. So he was really excited about going to this other world, and he kind of gets pissed off at the goddess Aqua, and his one item he actually chooses to take her with him.
Interesting.
And she did not like that, but that's his wish. So they went to this world together. And why is this bad? Why would I not want this, you may ask? Because Aqua was a goddess. She's arrogant, she's selfish. She's been a goddess for a long time. She has no common sense at all. Like she's stupid and useless. That is Aqua. She complains a lot. And
I'd be
Kazuma
complaining
thought
too. I'm a god and you got me running around doing your bullshit.
yeah, and Kazuma thought he was getting a good deal with a goddess, but he chose the wrong one. She basically is the goddess of water or whatever, and she she can basically only do some water magic and party tricks, where like water spouts out like a fountain and shit. And if she does like water magic, like it just destroys everything or whatever. Like, it's so funny.
At least you're
But
dehydrated.
I guess that's it. Uh, and so what makes it even worse? He's got himself. He literally gets transported as like a average person or whatever. So he's not strong. He don't have any like crazy equipment or crazy powers or anything like that. He's just average. Um he's got Aqua with him. She's Aqua. Um
Hmm.
so in order to go on these other missions, um like these hunts or like do these quests or whatever, he has to get more people to join his party. So he gets two more. He gets Darkness, who is a top tier crusader, like top of the top. That's like a tank. But the thing with her is she can't hit anything because she's so inaccurate. So everything she tries to hit, she misses. So,
Really?
and
What
she
kind
is
of
very
goddess is this?
no. This isn't a goddess. This is
Oh,
just
okay.
a tank kind of thing, frontline
Oh,
tank.
got you.
You
Got you.
know. And the second thing about Darkness is that she's very horny. She has a lot of sexual fantasies about bondage, about suffering. Like it's wild, bro. She's like,
She's a sadist.
yeah, she's one of those. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
Like she wants to get hit that way, her clothes can come off or halfway off and in public. Like she literally says this shit out loud while getting flustered. It's very wild. And our fourth party member, her name is Megamine. She is a top tier wizard. She specializes in explosion magic, but the catch is she can only use explosion magic, and she can only use explosion magic one time per day. And after she gets done using it, she collapses, making her useless. That is his
So,
party.
so he's got a bunch of C minus
No,
motherfuckers.
they're arch whatever top tier uh people, but they literally can't do hardly anything.
Jesus Christ.
So I feel so sorry for Kazuma. He's got it rough being in this party with three, and he's like I said, he's not very strong by himself. So it's just a continual like struggle bus. Uh, between listening to Darkness like moan and getting flustered and watching Megamine like do her explosion and fall over on the ground and Aqua just crying in the middle of battle because she's gonna die. Like I wouldn't want to be him. I'm not gonna lie. I would not want to be him. So
Yeah.
uh
You're in a new world. You don't know what's going on, and you got duds for companions.
yeah. Uh action like the things that I didn't really like that I would change. I'm not really sure what he could do to make his life better here. Maybe train to become a better fighter. Like that would probably be a start. Because like he don't really do a whole lot outside of his like missions or whatever, except for I guess complain about the hand he's been dealt. I guess kind of thing. Which I mean, it's perfectly okay. Seeing what he has to deal with, like it's okay. Um, One thing I would try to do though is probably find an actual capable person to join his party and help him and like vet them or something. Like make sure they are what they say they are. Not like they got one explosion spell in them and that's why they're top tier, or they're a top tier tank but they can't hit shit, or they're a
Hmm.
goddess that only knows how to do a party trick. Um like that's one thing I would try to do. Um Maybe beg the goddess to go to a different, like, more peaceful world where he wouldn't have to fight the Demon King in order to be happy.
Is that
That
an
would
option?
like that was when he was talking to Aqua.
Oh my god.
You know, like why couldn't he like if he had one thing, like imagine all the things that you could pick. If you could pick anything, imagine all the things you could pick and you picked to bring Aqua, the goddess, with you. So
He
just
thought
because y'all was
he
arguing, they was arguing and he just wanted to be
oh,
petty. He's like, "You're coming with me too." So,
that's crazy.
um, but I also think that Kazuma could change the way he acts towards party members. Uh, like I think he could be nicer to them, even though they're like pretty horrible party members. If he was nicer to them, if he treated them better, then maybe they would try harder. I don't know. Instead of doing what they do all the time, you know, I feel like he's a little bit mean to them at times. So, but like I said, I would probably be annoyed too. So, what would have to change in order for me to want to be him? I think it needs to be less chaotic. There's like so much chaos in this world. You got the Demon King at large attacking cities or whatever, the demon force attacking cities.
Mhm.
Uh he's just in a party with chaotic members. Like there's all the time there's shit going on. It's so chaotic. I think that would have to be toned down a lot in order for me to be um okay with being him. Uh a peaceful world, like I already said. One without a Demon King wrecking havoc. That would probably be good. Like I said, campfire cooking another world. There's plenty of other options that are much better. Instead of being in this one, even just like a standard fantasy thing without the Demon King, you know, that would be fine. You know, some kind of financial stability. Like they are literally
Not they
broke.
broke.
They broke
Damn.
all the time. Like my man's, they can't even like they have to sleep in the stables because that's all they can afford.
No.
Yes. And like whenever they do complete missions or whatever, somehow they complete monster killing missions or whatever, um they end up destroying a lot more than they earn. So they have to give all their money to pay for like the town or whatever, the damages they've caused or whatever. So literally it's like the Cowboy Bebop situation. Like you're going on these bounty hunts or whatever, but you always broke because you never get the money. So um
Yeah, I don't know if I could deal with 3 people being incompetent. One of them being a fucking goddess, and then also
yeah.
being broke all the time. I
Yeah,
would just hate
so
being broke, but that on top of that
yeah,
that's
so
way out the way.
you can see what the issue would be. Like living out of stables. They actually like do get to be in a house at some point. I don't know how long that lasts. It's more than a couple episodes, so thank God for that. Uh, but maybe someone else that's that could like instead of it being me, why does it have to be me to defeat the Demon King? Maybe someone else defeats the Demon King, like Frieren and Himmel. You know, that would be a good choice. So, like, I just I think that that would be a good start. So, add Frieren to the mix, or somebody more capable like that to defeat the Demon King. That way, I don't have to worry about it. So,
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Um, I haven't even watched this show, and I do feel bad for him. I kinda wanna see what's going on with it, though.
bro, it is the like you know I wouldn't want to be Kazuma, right?
Mhm.
But this is like one of the funniest anime I've ever watched, especially dubbed. Like the dubbed is just so funny, bro. Kazuma is just like he's just so funny. Like I really think that you would enjoy it and you would probably laugh about it. But I probably wouldn't want to watch it around normal people because, like I said, darkness
It's
gets
different.
wild, bro.
Oh, okay.
She's literally talking about getting tied up and shit, bro. Like,
So, I bet she enjoys her tank role.
so yeah, she literally runs to the front line. Is just like, you know, basically squirming at the thought of getting hit. So, you know what I mean?
At least she
and,
likes her job, I guess.
and Kazuma's just back there, like, just thinking like dumbass, like you're a dumbass. He literally calls them dumbasses.
I don't blame
but
them. They
but yeah,
seem like they're stupid as hell.
it is top tier comedy. I would check it out if anybody has never seen it. And I didn't spoil anything. I mean, I told you what happened in, with the characters joining or whatever in the first couple episodes or whatever, but that's fine. Um,
Okay.
but I mean, that's all I got for that. Kazuma, just man, yeah, I feel bad for him.
Well, I'll do my honorable mention then. For anybody that's seen Vinland Saga, Thorfinn. I wish I would have gotten to talk more about him, but yeah, he had an accidental hand in his father's death. He can't let go of his hate. He ends up as a slave. Like there's all kinds of terrible shit that happens to him. Um, and all of this could have been avoided if he just went home. So, I mean, halfway through season 2, or really season 1, the last part of season 1, I was like very annoyed at him because he could have just gone home at any time. Could have just went home, stopped all the suffering, and just went home.
just go home, bro.
Yeah, he has so many ways out of his life, and he just, no, I'm gonna keep doing this. This is what Papa would have wanted.
Is this when
Stupid
they was
ass.
like farming and shit or what?
Yeah, he was a slave when he was farming.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
He could have left before he was a slave.
Yeah,
Once
okay.
you're a slave, you're kind of just a slave.
Yeah, you're kind of not able to make decisions anymore, So,
No, no,
uh
stupid ass.
why? Like, without spoilers, like, why did he choose to stay? Like, did he not know what was gonna happen? Like, I'm
Um,
confused.
no, it was just hate, man. He was trying to kill somebody.
Oh, so he like done it for the revenge. Like, he's like, I
Yeah.
don't care what happens to me,
Yes.
I'm gonna stay here and
Yep.
stick it out so I can kill this man.
Hmm.
Okay,
But
I
he
kind of
regularly got his
get
ass
that.
beat and took orders from that man.
Well, I mean, your whole, I mean, you know, what
Stupid
happened in
as fuck.
Wano with Luffy? You know what I mean? Like,
Thorfinn, you dumbass.
oh shit. Okay. Um, I guess my honorable mention, is Denji. Denji, I would not want to be him either from Chainsaw Man. Like it's a shitty world. Uh, he got a rough life. His dad died, left him a shit ton of debt. The debt collectors came after him. They wasn't nice people. Uh, basically dies like,
Yeah, I think he
uh,
had one testicle and one eye.
yeah. Um, I mean, he constantly gets manipulated and mistreated. Even after he got his form or whatever, like he has no true friends. Like Makima just takes advantage of him, for like the promise of, a kiss or like a normal life. Imagine having to go through what Denji goes through just to have just a little bit of a normal life and maybe a kiss.
Yeah. And like if you don't do it, they're just gonna kill you.
All I'm saying is the man's down bad and he needs
Extremely
to download Tinder, bro.
down horrendous.
He needs to download Tinder, Plenty of Fish, whatever the hell's out there. He needs to download something, bro.
Anybody but Makima, pretty much.
He just needs to go get one. You know what I mean?
He does.
Then he can make better decisions, maybe. So, uh, but yeah, that's. Do you have any more honorable mentions?
That's it for me. You got another?
Uh, no. I guess if we're all done, we will wrap this up. It was
Sounds
pretty fun
good.
time. So,
I enjoyed it.
uh, but thanks, Booty Stank, again for giving us this I guess topic to talk about. It was a really interesting topic. I wish we had more time to talk about a couple more, and it would have been fun to see what Dan picked. I feel like Dan would have went crazy on this episode.
Oh
So,
yeah. No, he would have eaten this shit up.
but I guess we will see y'all on Tuesday for the weekly rundown, and make sure you rate us on any of your podcast places. Make sure you follow us on Threads, Twitter. Join our Discord. Tell us anything, like any movies or shows you want us to check out. Let us know. Linktree.com/anime Degens, and we will see you on Tuesday. Later.
Bye.